Hello, beautiful people from the internet. I don't want to work today. I'm just not in the mood. It's already late. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm just not in the mood. It's weird, but I'm gonna still work because the best way to get out of this mood is to start working and doing what you don't want to do. So we're gonna be working on a frog quilt. She's pretty. She's one of the subscribers. I love her. And I'm cleaning up. I'm going to be working on her. Plus, I just finished the other day like a job of t-shirt quilts. I'm going to make sure that I did those right, recheck them before the client picks them up. So I'm not in the mood, so I'm putting my hair back because it's hot. Gary, I love you. Do your thing, Gary. Oh my God. Of course, you're gonna have to fight with the Swiffer, huh? Trying to get Gary to work. She's giving me a hard time, man. I think she wants to retire. And she was fighting with my other employee, the Swiss for a job. Swiffer. I can't talk. Okay, so my concern about this quilt is not the quilt, is do I have enough thread for her? Because my client picked this thread and I have 2 spools of this. Hopefully it's enough thread to finish the quilt. I don't know. And yeah, it's been anyway, I'm just gonna get started. It has a fabric here and a different fabric here. So I need to measure the back, measure the quilt so the sides will be even on the quilt. So I have a couple spools. Hopefully I have enough of this done. I was going to use that green thread, but she liked this one, which is okay. So let me measure. I have 2 babies quilts that I need to get done so I could need my glasses. How do you like me with glasses? Oh my God. Okay. This is the only way I do work, okay? I'm like an idiot because no one's watching me, but then I put it on YouTube so everybody sees it, so. Poignant. Okay, so we're gonna measure here. That fabric is 83. Directional, and the pattern she picked is directional. Isn't she pretty? And a cool looking quilt top. She got frogs. Ribbit. Ribbit. Okay, measure. $77. 83 and 77. So this is 6. So it's 3 inches on each side. Right. This client also put a directional pattern here. So I have to make sure that the fabric is, the mistakes you can make. 1, put this on the wrong direction. Horrible. Mistake number 2 is have this backwards or put it on the horizontal. And then you have a mistake that way. This fabric, this quilt fabric is laying, see how the frog is upright? The frog is upright. Yeah, I don't want to mess this up. Now, I thought that the quilt hung over a bit, but it doesn't. So all this is extra. She does have this beautiful panel here, but the fabric doesn't go beyond it. And so I'm going to just maintain it here. And then if I move it over, it's going to be off centered from the back. So same thing here. I guess what I'm trying to say is, see how the fabric lays on this seam. And so if I pull it with the leaders, also too, there's a little bit overhang, meaning if I bring this in, that's how the fabric sits. And I'm going to maintain it within, outside this border. I think she thinks she needed, well, she does, for me to clamp it, but I appreciate her adding that beautiful fabric, but she didn't need it. Same thing here. So if we, so I'm going to keep it in center to this border. And then I'm going to sew. She's beautiful. Look at those lines. Ooh, that is a beautiful line. I always tend to evaluate the quilts, like for example, this, making sure that this is lined up. She also has a center back, which I showed earlier. Also, just making sure, like all these little things right here, this quilt is beautiful. Look how straight she is. I just need to make sure that these are iron flat so that when the long arm comes, it doesn't create a pleat. But aside from everything else, she is so fun and so sweet. Let me share the design. This is what she looks like. It's called I Love Frogs, and that's sweet. And you can see how beautiful this is quilting down. And you can see just with a little bit of simple ironing, how it just flattened these out. It wasn't a lot, it just a little bit. I also ironed a little bit here on her border and checked everywhere else, making sure it's nice and flat. Looks